Do you think that women should be free to walk around topless in public places, just as men can? Why not? I'm a 70-year-old man with boobs and I don't think I should be allowed to be topless in public. As a man, the only issue I've had is a bit of personal embarrassment when I went a cute baby and then realized said baby is attached to a boob, then got a dirty look as if I was perving on the mom. I still support breastfeeding in public though. I was sitting on a chair at an airport just minding my own business. I decide to look at the monitor to see when my flight departs. The monitor was way down the row of empty chairs. Since it was far away and the monitor was cycling through the various flights, I was pretty focused on that monitor for a solid 30 seconds. After I found my flight, I realized directly below the monitor was a woman breastfeeding, and to my horror I could tell she thought I was staring at her the entire time. It's been legal in Ontario, Canada since 1996. I have witnessed exactly 0 women taking advantage of this new freedom. Happens every year during the Pride Parade in Toronto. I've seen it happen exactly once when it wasn't Pride during Caravana. Philadelphia has a naked bicycle ride where 100 or so people ride their bikes across the city naked. Here's my only experience with the naked bike ride. A guy on a bike shouts to me on my bike, "You should come to the naked bike ride. It's tomorrow." I'm 15. But I did not go to the naked bike ride. I never understood this children shouldn't see naked people thing. It's just nature. Especially if it's their parents. This is actually something that frustrated me while growing up. Anytime the family was watching a movie or TV show that just might feature a nip slip, my mother's hand would fly so goddamn fast over my eyes you'd think Medusa herself appeared in our living room. But then we would watch Final Destination and it was perfectly acceptable for me to watch a man be sliced into 5 pieces by razor wire, but seeing a nipple at that age just would be too much for my little brain to comprehend. There's no good reason to shelter your kids from seeing the human body. All it's gonna do is make the kids ask questions that the parents don't want to answer, which results in the kids seeking that information elsewhere. Yeah, having the right to do it is one thing, but there has to be a major paradigm shift with regards to sex and how the female body is viewed before women start to feel safe topless. Yeah, I might be free from being under arrest, but I won't be free from angry old people telling me to cover up, cackling whoops, creep shirts, dirty glares from parents shielding kids' eyes, and whole host of unpleasant public reactions that topless men wouldn't be subject to. Legal isn't really the same thing as publicly accepted. I have the chest of a 9-year-old boy, so yeah, let's go. Edit: if anyone is gonna be sliding into my DMs, can it please be successful men in the Los Angeles area looking for a serious relationship? Thank you. What did you do with his head? I saw one topless woman just after the law changed. It was at a big outdoor concert full of drunk people. A police officer quietly pulled her aside and, I presume, had a talk about whether this was going to end well. She put on a shirt. A number of nursing mothers have benefited from the change in the law, I think. They have legal protection from being kicked out of various places if they very briefly flash some nipple while nursing. I honestly don't understand the uproar that happens in regards to breastfeeding. Oh no, she flashed some nipple. So fapping what? Don't stare, and just go about your day. I don't either. Almost every woman I've seen do it doesn't just sit there with her breasts out and shirt pulled all the way down. And that always seems to be the argument that kids will see and they shouldn't be exposed to that. Well, let's think about this. I have a 4-year-old son. I've changed in front of him. I'm his dad, by the way. We've been in a locker room and he had to go potty really bad, so we walked through where some other guys were changing. If you make it weird, then it will be weird. In this kind of setting, he sees it as normal. If he saw some dude walking down the street naked, he'd have some questions. But that doesn't really happen. Now for what's being talked about here, my son has seen that too. He was breastfed for one. But even more recently, as a little bit older kid, he still sees it. I think I can only remember one time that he asked and I just said that she's feeding her baby, it's normal. Don't make it weird. Babies need to eat. In Sweden you can get a ticket for going topless as a man actually. Whether it is illegal or not is decided by the reason the person chooses to be topless. In Sweden it is not illegal per se to even be butt naked in public places, but if someone reports it and court finds the action to be made to disturb or harass someone, you will be charged with indecent exposure. This is not common knowledge here, and you will probably be stopped on sight even by an educated cop if you're butt naked. All men go topless on the beach, and I would suspect no one has ever been charged for it actually. I don't care what others do as long as I don't have to participate. On like a beach or water park, yeah, go topless. Just like how being shirtless in other public places is indecent for men, it would be for women. Yes. Though I wouldn't recommend it in my country, as even in summer it's still a bit chilly. If it weren't for nipples, boobas would be pointless. I think that when appropriate a woman should be allowed, yay. Like I don't really enjoy seeing shirtless men in the high street, but on beaches and a hot day in the park then sure, I see no problem with that. I would prefer that both men and women remain clothed in public. That being said, if it's legal for a man, it should also be legal for a woman. I agree. I'd say on a beach it should be acceptable. I think it's impolite, improper, maybe better, for guys to walk around topless unless the weather and work calls for it. In those circumstances I have no issue with women doing the same. My head says yes. Everyone free. No shame in human bodies. But to be honest, my heart says no. Equality is good, but I would rather men just cover up too. The other day I was on the bus and this overweight older man got on, topless, dripping with sweat, white curly hairs everywhere. Yuck. Don't really wanna see that, or sit next to it. Especially if I was eating or something. Why is it always the gross men are the ones that feel the need to be shirtless? And why does everyone assume the same wouldn't be true for women as well? Like it's always going to be the hot woman walking around shirtless. Get real. You know it's going to be the female equivalent to the man this person saw on the bus. Yeah, why not? But as a woman, I wouldn't do it because our culture can't handle it, and the perving would be intense and uncomfortable from some people. In principle there's no problem with it though. And cameras everywhere. People will film you without your consent. Edit. Yes, it's legal to film someone, but many do not want to end up in a spank bank. That's my point. I'd just as soon start with getting rid of the social expectation that women need to wear bras. Topless is all well and good, but personally I get chilly and need the clothes. Those who don't, you let the puppies out, but bras suck. Edit. I am by no means saying no women should ever wear bras. Those who want to or have to 100% should. I do, however, feel there is still a social expectation for women to wear them, at least in specific environments, i.e., work, school, because it's considered indecent, inappropriate not to. Some women with smaller, less bouncy chests are able to not wear bras and have no one be the wiser, but it's pretty obvious for others. So be clear from the start, this is actually legal in most of the USA. That said, I agree that it should be legal. It's sinable. We've all seen them. Barring terrible accidents, we all have too. Not one person in human history has ever been damaged by the sight of one. Consequently, I can think of no reason, other than fetishization, that women should be legally different from men in this regard, and the fetishization is self-perpetuating as long as it's taboo. Well yeah. Why should men be able to walk around half naked but women need to cover up? Yeah, we got tits, so? Men can have big nipples and a lot of fat and it doesn't look so far off, but once again, that's still okay. You know how many times I just felt like taking off at least my shirt on hot summer days in public? Literally thousands. But even being in your bra in public is seriously not okay, and once again, men can walk around shirtless without a problem. Totally unjustified. Women in my city fought for the right, got it, but never actually use this right. It's still nice having the option to whenever you choose. A better question is, should female nipples be censored on TV when male nipples are not censored? Censor female nipples with male nipples. Hell, I don't even think men should be free to walk around topless in public places. I think most people answering yes vastly overestimate the number of attractive people and grossly underestimate the number of unattractive people in said public places. It's actually totally legal to go topless in New York if I remember right. It's only illegal if done for advertising purposes. So to all you lovely ladies in the Big Apple, if you plan on whipping out your Big Apples, leave the Monster Energy drink pasties at home. Should they be able to? Of course. Would I? Nope. 1. Boob sweat is uncomfortable and a sports bra, I don't wear regular bras, absorbs that sweat. 2. If I need to run or jog somewhere really quick, not working out, then it hurts without support. 3. Even if it's legal, lots of men, and some women, will still hear and be creepy about it, and I don't want to deal with that shit. If you want more of the best Reddit videos from this side of the universe, please subscribe.